right.
All right. Hey, everybody. Welcome to Daddy Issues. I'm Dean McDermott, daddy of 6. With me, as always, is Adam Hunter, a brand new daddy, and Nicky Paris, who needs a daddy. Any luck yet, Nicky?
No.
You haven't found a daddy?
Just a depleting bank account and a lot of tears in my studio apartment in Hollywood. It's just another week.
We are going to find you a daddy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I love to my birth father who's listening. I
Well,
love you very much.
Daddies,
he still
right?
pays my cell phone bill. But so nothing against, I don't want the
Really?
right. Okay, don't judge me.
You
Yes.
make good money.
I do okay.
Hey, listen, cell phones are expensive. If
Yeah.
Dad's going to pay your cell phone bill, keep it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And my car insurance. Anyway, but I
Nice.
would like an older man, not too old, not in terms when I take him out, people like, is that your grandfather?
Right.
But somebody that's like young enough to like pick up the bill at Applebee's for me,
Well,
like 6 of my friends.
We have someone very special with us today.
Yeah.
Who can help
Special is
you.
an understatement.
Yeah, it is an understatement.
Yeah.
It is. It really is. Someone spectacular, someone incredible, someone super intelligent, bright, hot, gorgeous, talented, funny.
Well, thank you guys. I appreciate it.
Adam Hunter, ladies and gentlemen. No, we have someone very special that can help you get a daddy because, she's really tapped into the gay community.
I know.
Would you help me welcome my beautiful wife, Tori Spelling,
Yes.
Hi.
and our very first guest? You are our
Oh my
inaugural guest, right?
Well, I'm so proud of you guys. This is awesome, and this is like a two-way street because you are my baby daddy for 5 babies, but I do call him daddy too.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I know.
Yeah. I knew we were going to talk about
And
that.
that was before we actually had kids.
Yeah.
Wow.
Like,
Yeah.
Now, in the bedroom, out of the bedroom, I need every detail.
Across the board.
Yeah.
Across
I
the-
really do.
Yeah, across the board. Like, yeah, in the bedroom, yeah, daddy. But, we're...
Like, you'd be like,
driving-
look, there's a pedestrian crossing the street, Daddy.
Maybe not
no,
so much
no,
like
wow,
that,
that
but-
was, no.
Okay.
But, I don't know, like... kind
On
of
the ride
specific
home, try it.
things.
It's more like giggly, like, hi, daddy.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's adorable.
It is adorable, but some people are skeeved out by it.
Yeah.
And to them, I say...
Yeah.
We call those people Republicans.
We
true.
do. We do. So what's going on, Tori Spelling?
You're a busy bee these days.
Busy bee.
I
I'm like a
hardly see
spelling
her,
bee.
so I'm so glad that we've got you cornered in this little room here in the Comedy Store.
I know, this is
for an
really
hour.
fun.
No, that's true. Because one time I was like, "Hey, Tori would be good for this," and you're like, "Oh, let me pitch it to her."
Yeah.
I'm like, "This is your wife."
Yeah, we've sat down and we've come up with some show ideas and stuff like that. He's like, "This would be great for Tori." He's like, "Yeah, I'll pitch it to her when I see her."
I was like,
Pitch?
"I'm like, do you have like
That
an
sounds
appointment?
weird.
Like, do you have to take the phone calls?" And
Well, he does this thing where I'll be like, "You didn't tell me that was happening," and he's like, "Oh, you're so busy, and like at night, after we put the kids to bed, sometimes it's late and we go to bed, and I didn't get to talk to you."
And I do feel like we are really simpatico.
Yeah.
We finish each other's sentences like we're totally in tune with each other. And I do think that sometimes my thoughts I've telepathically sent them to her, or she already knows somehow, but I haven't physically told her.
That's a good one. Wow.
That's
See how
so
much you
Raven.
just got away with?
Yeah,
I
that's-
telepathically
that's
tell
complete
her
bullshit.
news, Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
So-
you're not buying it.
Well, all right. Back to your question. So, what have you been up to? Because I interrupted.
Yeah, I mean, your beautiful children are here today. And let me tell you, I can't wait to celebrate your Sweet 16 because you literally look like you just celebrated your quinceañera. You look amazing. So how do you balance everything that you're balancing?
Oh my goodness! With the help of this man, I couldn't. He's my rock. I couldn't do it without him. We do. Most
Can you smell
things-
what the rock's cooking, boys?
Or smoking.
I don't do that.
But yeah, we have a lot going on.
90210, talk to us.
We are. We're doing the reboot. I hesitate to say the word reboot, but the new 90210 premiering this summer on Fox. Look at me plugging like I'm doing some
That's
press
what we're here for. Plug
thing.
away. You can plug all of us.
Premiering this. Wow.
We're really excited, and so is everybody. Every news site, every magazine, they're talking about this. So how does it
my
feel to be
gosh.
back?
Well, we haven't started yet, but it feels really good to all be connected and working on something together again. It definitely is like high school. You pick up right where you left off, and there's kind of, I don't know, it's a hard thing if we were to do a show now about people who are, married and kids and families and work and living in LA. You couldn't cast it. I mean, the way we have this relationship that, we all pretty much grew up together, and we as well finish each other's sentences, the cast.
That's great.
So yeah, the synergy's there, and we're just really excited to get started.
So everybody was really, you caught up right where you left off with everybody. You just still had that energy and that connection.
Pretty much. You go right back. I think the thing you go back to, it's like brother, sister, kind of busting each other's balls kind of thing. And that only you can get away with people that you know so well. And they don't get like mad or embarrassed. They're just like, oh, yeah.
So
call it like it is.
Who was your brother on the show and who was your sister on the show?
Well, I had many brothers. I had many sisters. What do you?
Or sisterly, like that particular person playing that character, like on Offset, you know, who was a brotherly character to you? Who was a sisterly?
Brother would probably Ian, sister Jenny.
Okay, that makes sense.
I'm excited because that really was my favorite show as a kid. Like when I was in middle school, 90210 was the coolest. And it was such a crazy, like, I probably watched more episodes of that show than any other show. For real. Like, I was telling you before, even the one-off where the one kid was like, all of a sudden he was the most popular kid on the show for some reason, and he killed himself at like hour 40, or like minute 40. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
The blonde hair kid, because everyone's like, you look like that kid. And then,
Doug Emerson, yes.
He was great, though. And then there was the one where you guys had that egg. You went to the rave.
The egg.
You remember that?
I love that one.
You see,
with
I don't
Emily
remember
Valentine and
Yeah,
I don't remember any of the shows. I only watched it for Tori.
stop it.
I
Come
did.
on.
How romantic.
He's been telling me that story since we met.
I kid you
and
not.
I'm like, I don't know.
I've got people in Canada to back it up.
That's pretty cool. You married your high school crush. Well, I mean, back then you were 40 when you.
Yeah.
But that
I was collecting Social Security when I met her.
you were like.
I honestly watched the show because I had the biggest crush on Tori Spelling.
Wow.
And she guested on, who was it? Was it Jay Leno who picked you up?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. She was on the Jay Leno show, and she was talking about how she couldn't get a date. And I was like, this is crazy. She's so beautiful and gorgeous, and she's a star. Like, this is crazy. I was going to write in to the Jay Leno show. It was the Tonight Show, right?
Yeah.
I was going to write in and kind of pitch
You're
my
gonna ride in on your motorcycle.
I was going to write in.
Oh, I think they'd like all of a sudden
Like
show
with a
up
quill.
Back
on
in
a
the
set.
day,
Oh yeah.
by candlelight, I would write with a quill.
Right. Send the
On
pigeon.
parchment, and I was
A pigeon right to Jay Leno.
I had this crazy thought, like
I wish you
I
had
would
sent me a message in a
somehow.
bottle.
So the
get
first
this
time you knew
message
that
to
you
Tori
were
Spelling
working with
that-
her, what happened? Like first
Were
time
you
my God.
nervous?
Oh my God! You know what? I just got in the zone. I was
you just
like,
immediately dumped your wife.
I
And,
can't be almost,
No, I'm kidding.
almost.
All right, go. All right, so no, but like, what did you like? You knew that you're working with your high school crush.
I was like beside myself. I was like, this. I can't believe this is gonna happen because the
Are you
director.
blushing?
Yeah, totally.
Oh my
The
Can we put on the
director-
AC for Dean right now,
the
please?
Director, it's okay. I'm gonna take my pants off soon. The director is a friend, and I had just moved to LA, and he called me and said, "Look, I'm directing this movie with Tori Spelling. Do you want to be in it?" And I'm like, "Fuck yeah, I would love to." I said, "Am I your love interest?" He's like, "Yeah." I said, "That's even better because I had the biggest crush on her for years." And so he's like, "Okay, gig's yours." And I was just waiting for it to fall through,
Yeah,
right?
of
Because
course.
like,
yeah.
your director friend calls you and offers you the lead, and it was a movie of the week, but still, it was like, okay, like.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
This rarely happens. So when I was physically, I actually was up in Ottawa, Canada, where we filmed it. I was like, this is gonna happen. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. And I figured I wasn't gonna meet her until we started shooting. But she was there on the same day with me. I was doing wardrobe, and you were meeting with makeup and hair or something, or. And we both finished, and the director said, do you want to come meet Tori? And I was like, yeah, I do. And I walked in, she was in his office, and I walked in his office. Her back was to me, and I walk in, and she turns and looks over her shoulder, and we met eyes, and I just said to myself, I'm in trouble.
And what did you say to her?
I was in the zone. I got in the zone. I was like, oh my God, I'm actually meeting her, and she's stunning in person. And
Stop.
I just said to myself, I'm in trouble, because I knew.
I can still picture,
we
like
just
in my head right
connected.
now, what I saw when I turned and looked over my right shoulder.
What did you see?
Like he was standing there, and he had like a vintage cowboy shirt on, like a Western shirt. Like
We'll forgive you for
torn
that.
jeans. No, it was totally in. I totally
13
liked
years
it.
ago, it was totally cool. Yeah.
It was like it was cool, and like beat up boots and
Jeans.
jeans,
Scruff.
ripped
I had
jeans,
long
scruff.
hair.
Wow.
He did.
Because
He looks
it's not
so hot.
It's
Totally
not
different
what
than his
you expected
headshot.
from my headshot.
His
I had
headshot clean shaven.
I looked like a detective.
Yeah,
Yeah.
perfect for the part. And then when I saw him, he was like scruffy and hot, and I was like, oh no, that's my type. Yeah.
And you, so you were a little. I know you were super focused because I'm not good at that. When I like to go up to somebody, like I like tremble a little bit, like I'm very nervous, very twitchy. People are like, "Are you
stars- I don't know.
schizophrenic?" I'm like,
The stars aligned, man. I was so cool, and we sat and we talked, and we talked about So Notorious. You were just starting to do So Notorious at the time, and she was like, maybe you could do a guest spot on it. I'm like, yeah, I would love that. Like it was really cool. I didn't fan out,
Wow.
which was great because I probably would have been like,
I have a similar story. When I met my wife, I swiped right. And that's when I
Adam,
knew.
that's beautiful.
Thank
he
you.
looked over his shoulder while
That's
Yeah.
beautiful.
swiping.
Yeah. And I said, "You
Modern
up?"
day romance.
You up.
The modern version. Yeah.
Yeah, not the same.
No.
So you have, we had just mentioned you guys have 5 kids together. Do you think you'd have as many children if there was a different man in your life?
I thought you were gonna say birth control. No, I never anticipated having this many children.
You wanted children, though.
I wanted
right?
children. I thought 2 children because I grew up with my brother, and you always kind of sometimes at least want what you have in your family. I never thought I'd have this many children, but as soon as we met, we were like, let's have babies together.
Yeah.
Wow. Like in that same dressing room when you met her?
I thought you were going to say in that same voice. Imagine I say that. That would have you would have been like, no, if I was like, let's have babies.
Yeah.
No, pretty soon after. I mean, when we met, we weren't apart for we were together from that day on.
Wow.
Yeah.
We made a pact to never be apart for more than 3 days.
Yeah.
That's had to change over the years.
It's had to change
work and
with work and
everything,
stuff, so we try to keep it 2 weeks.
Yeah.
I'd like the same pact
2
between
weeks.
the 4 of us that we don't go 3 days without seeing
Without
each
seeing
other.
each other.
I'd like
Okay, let's
that
do it. Are
reinstated
everybody
right
in?
now?
Right
Yeah.
here in this
Let's have
Right.
let's
Or
have
should
babies
we-
together.
Yeah,
Oh,
let's do it.
wow.
And that got to do it. Let's have babies together. Let's have babies together. Just like
1, 2, 3.
Let's have babies together. Break. That's right. That's right.
I might have a few good eggs left. You never
Do you
know.
think you'll have more kids?
he like literally his skin crawls when people ask that.
Because I'm up
It's
for
a lot.
adoption.
It's
If
a
you guys
lot.
are
Okay,
interested.
fine. Maybe
So
let's do
I
that.
would
Yeah,
love
okay.
to adopt
I'm a
Nikki.
great time.
Wouldn't Nikki be
Yeah.
a great addition?
I don't bring much to the table, but I look cute in dark lighting, and I
long
can
as
make a
your dad's
quesadilla.
And Nikki,
Still pays the car
Yeah.
insurance. We'll take you.
Nikki
Yeah.
still breastfeeds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really?
Just the left
I got
titty.
a few drops left. Oh
Yeah.
my god, my left one too.
Wow, we're like sisters.
That's
Oh my
crazy.
God.
I mean,
Speaking of which, he said like you're huge in the gay community, right? Well, and I want to know, like, it seems like the gay community did it just like appoint somebody. They're like,
Yeah.
they're like,
That's a
yeah.
hard-
How does
like,
that
how
happen?
did-
That's a hard one for me to answer.
no, I
because
can
it-
answer. We had a
okay.
town meeting about Tori, and there was a vote, and it was a landslide. You won in a landslide. I know that you have like a gay entourage. You have like a gay mafia that could just stab you with like a tweezer at any
Oh
time.
my gosh.
But like, what? But seriously,
But how does that
her-
happen?
I don't,
Is it
but
because
you
sort
I
of
mean,
like
should
the
to be
create
honest
campy
with you,
movies,
and I'm
or-
not just saying this because you're in front of me. I think that what really gay men resonate with strong women, and I think you're an icon. So I think there's so many people that resonate with just you as being an icon and being on 90210 and just being a strong, powerful woman. That's what gay men. That's how we appoint
But there
our
are a lot
queen.
of strong women out there. It seems like
Yeah, but who
it's like-
cares about Ramona who works at the Dollar Tree? Like we want Tori Spelling, we
But
want
I'm-
Beyonce and
You say
Britney.
strong, and I'm like, I'm not strong.
Yes, you are.
But also, is it like sort of some of the camp from some of the movies that because gay guys like campy stuff and some of the movies are kind of campy.
It's like Lady
and-
Gaga.
And originally,
Tori
I had a rich
Spelling,
daddy.
Britney
so
Spears.
that
No, but I think there's something there.
gets you through the door.
I know that
but
you may
just-
not think that you're strong, but I see you as somebody who's strong. Anybody that's in your position has to be strong. You know,
This
you're
is the
under
strongest
constant
woman I
scrutiny. I know,
know.
of course you're strong. You know, it takes a lot to be, have the whole world have a perception of you that's different than maybe the truth.
My skin's thick but supple. Would that be
Yes,
it?
very
Okay.
yes.
Those were the
Yeah.
next words out of my mouth.
Yeah.
So you
Perfect.
took
Yeah.
them from me. But yeah,
Supple. I
I'm
like that
basically
word,
here today. I just
supple.
want to be a
Supple.
gay and your
Supple.
lazy Susan. Like I could just be one of the gays, one that you could just pluck out at any time.
Yeah, just
Oh
it's a
my
Nikki
God.
day.
You
Yeah.
did- You kind of moved to the front of the line. I
That-
gotta tell
yeah.
you, in a
I was
short
hoping
time.
so. That's
Yeah.
right. Yeah.
Nikki's pretty special. We
Yeah.
fell in love with Nikki.
I have special needs.
Some of my gays are getting older, so I gotta,
Right. Yeah.
change them up.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. How old are you, Nikki?
I just got my Adam's apple, so I'm good for another couple of years.
Wow,
So I think
okay.
I'm good.
How old
I
are-
just turned 26.
26.
First
Oh
thing.
yeah, good.
Oh
you're
my
good
God,
for
you're a
you're good for
baby.
20
Yeah, you're
years.
perfect.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'd
you're
like
in.
to enter
This
the
is
Tori
on.
Spelling gay internship program, and then once I age out, you can replace me.
Good, because
Maybe Violet can be a nice young gay man at preschool that we could
There you go.
take my
Yeah.
spot.
Good.
Yeah.
There's a couple
Okay.
that I have my
Intern.
suspicion.
I never had an intern.
Yeah.
Always wanted an intern.
Yeah, that's me. I'm here. That's why I'm here today.
Nice.
But Nicky's not just an intern; he's an intern.
Right. Pull the confetti.
Intern you.
Oh, that was from Trick.
No one else would get that unless
you were a huge Tori Spelling fan, which I am.
Oh my God.
But going back to a strong woman, you are the strongest person I have ever met in my entire life. The amount of shit that you have shouldered.
You guys are recording this, right?
Yeah. Hey, I'll say it again. You are the strongest person I have ever met in my life.
Thank you.
Is that because you're like 280 and on top of her?
The things. We're just putting up with my shit, okay? But all the other shit, all the external shit that you take and that you've got through and come through the other side would destroy others.
Thank you.
And
What's your favorite thing about Dean's parenting?
I thought you were going to say penis.
That too.
I heard the
Is it the
P,
girth,
and I was
Tori?
It has a nice ridge.
It's the ridge. The ridge.
Are we sequestered in this booth, or our kids can hear us? Oh my God!
No, the kids can't hear it.
No,
Okay, good.
the door's closed. Yeah, they can't hear.
Yeah.
And come on, our kids have.
They're in the green room. The green room.
It literally is
It's
green.
an LA thing, but it's
but
green.
It literally is green. They do green screen stuff in there.
My favorite thing about his parenting. Well, I do feel, and this is so like cliche to say, but in a relationship, in a parenting relationship, I feel like there does have to be good cop, bad cop. Meaning that one, is a little more strict. I'm not very strict. He is very strict, but in a good way. And we balance each other very nicely, I would say.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. I can be really, really tough.
But funny and
but then I always try to
and sweet.
I try to turn it around at the end.
It's a heart of gold.
Because it's like doing stand up, right? If you're going to try and hammer across a point and then you want to end with the joke, right? You build them up and then you hit it with the joke, the punchline. And so I do that with the kids because I'm like, I'm losing you. Okay, let me make it funny at the end so that hopefully you'll retain something that I said.
When do you start
reprimanding?
My daughter's 8 months old and like I've never obviously got mad at her.
Start shaking her.
But like she'll start like putting her hand in her nose, picking her nose, and I'll be like, no, don't do that. But when do you start actually saying like getting mad at the kid or saying, hey, don't do this at a certain age?
I know from our kids, but go ahead. What do you think? I know when you've started.
That's a good question because I don't know because Bo is just starting to pick his nose.
2 years old?
He's 2. Yeah.
So everything they do till 2 is fine.
Yeah, because
you're premature on this, Adam.
Yeah, I was surprised that you were telling
but I'm
her
good
no
cop, so
and picking her nose.
Well, because she'll do it all day long. I'm not saying no. I'm just moving her hand away from her.
You know why she does it, right?
Because
she doesn't know to
it feels
put her finger
good.
anywhere else yet.
And
Feels
she's also
good. And then she hasn't figured out how to get her Pampers off.
She's exploring and
she's gonna go somewhere else soon, and then there's a whole lot of poop.
Oh, it already goes. Like she poops
really?
and she puts her hand in her vagina, and I have to like rush to stop the hand because I don't want her going vagina to her mouth.
Right.
So I have to like immediately clean her hands with the wipes, and then she starts crying hysterical because like that doesn't like the hand cleaning, but the vagina ass cleaning is fine, which is
oh god, I hate
strange.
Poop in the puss.
But
I was just
the
about to say
worst.
that.
It's the worst. Little girls get poop in the puss when they poop.
Of course, and I have to clean it out, and then I have to like figure out how deep I should go because I don't want to like.
Oh my god!
Right.
How deep do you go?
Yeah, well, I don't want to.
Well, because you also
seems
don't
news to
want
me.
I
to.
was about to say something.
Well, you don't want to push. You don't want to push stuff in it.
Yeah,
right?
and you don't want her getting some kind of infection or something down there. Or, I'm trying to like not get any. Shit in her pussy, basically. It's for lack of a better word. But yeah, I have to clean her out. I have to make sure.
I've never even seen a vagina in person, so I don't.
We've blown Nikki's mind.
You know that, so this is news to me. I didn't realize that's a lot of responsibility.
No, wait a second. Did you?
It is. It's harder with
Didn't we
the
talk
females,
about
like-
vagina smells and you saw one? Yeah, you saw a stripper.
I had a stripper, but I haven't seen. No,
I don't think
I
it's
Did she
going
have a
nude,
G-string on?
She motorboated me. It was horrible, Tori. You want to talk about trauma? She was
But
like,
you
"Why are you enjoying this?" I was like, "Because I'm not flaming homosexual." It was a dark room. She couldn't tell. No, but I haven't had any. I'm a gold star gay,
But
which
you've
means
never,
I've never.
you've never seen a vagina.
No,
Okay.
online like pictures, but not
Right.
like in the flesh.
Not in the flesh. Yeah.
Thank
It's
God.
different.
But
God.
I was thinking about you today
pretty
because
horrifying.
like yesterday,
Gross
right?
me out, too.
Yesterday, I took the baby to the doctor. It's 9 o'clock in the morning. She's got a stomach virus, so now she can't.
Oh.
So now she's like, in pain. Luckily, my wife's mom's home from spring break. She's a teacher, so all week, so I'm getting help. Thank God. So then I was like, on another podcast, had to do the dime bar. I had to judge the roast battle. So I'm like, it starts at midnight last night. I didn't get home till 2 o'clock in the morning.
Roast battle here?
Yeah, every Tuesday night they have it upstairs. So I took like an extra Adderall to stay up and like 3 Red Bulls. So I'm just like wired by the time I get home. I can't sleep. And I was nervous with the roast battle because me, Jeff Ross, Mike Lawrence, Alex Hooper, great comics, and I got to be on top of my game because I don't want to be like the unfunny judge, which would suck.
Right.
But then I get home and baby was crying, so my wife put her in the bed. So now she's in the bed next to my wife. The dog is trying to get next to the baby, and the 3 cats trying to climb on top of the baby.
God.
So now I have to like be half asleep, and I can't sleep anyway, to move the dogs away.
Yeah.
Do you let the kids sleep with you guys, or did you?
I would.
But he didn't like that.
I wasn't.
So now we have 5 kids.
I wasn't a fan of it. At some point, I think it happens with everybody that
Suppose
your
it's a
kid
really bad nightmare.
sleeps. Yeah, it was a really
If
bad
it's a nightmare,
Sure,
then
or
it's
sick.
okay.
Yeah,
Once in a while.
but my first marriage was like a family bed, and I didn't dig that, and I didn't want that to happen here. But because our relationship,
Hi.
well, you know what? I didn't want it to happen with Tori and I, but it was different because our connection was so strong that it was different having a kid in the bed. Did I still, was I crazy about it? No, but it was more doable because.
But then when one
our
kid comes, you're gonna have
relationship.
4 more in bed
But
too.
yeah,
You have all the
now
kids in the bed.
now what T likes to do is movie night in bed.
Right.
So there's all of us in bed, and I usually get kicked out of my spot
How big is this bed?
Willingly
It's not big
leave
enough. It's
your
a king-
spot.
because there's no room. There's no room for me, and then
like a teenager.
there's no room.
I understand that. And then
And
my
then
wife
she
tries.
orders food, and I hate
My wife
eating in
starts
bed.
grabbing my balls and playing. I'm like, there's a baby next to us. This is weird. I can't. I have to move.
Oh,
her.
I try not to do that, and he still sticks my hand on his balls with the
Yeah,
kids there.
no, the kid.
No.
At a certain point, that's
This doesn't.
that's
weird
It's
you
fine.
out.
fine now because they can't. Yeah.
She doesn't know what the heck
No.
she's doing.
I know, but I just feel like I don't know. I don't like when animals touch me with my wife. Do you have sex with a?
What's really
you have
weird
3
is
dogs.
if your
Or
wife
dog
took
watches,
the baby's
yeah.
hand and put it on your stuff. That's
That
weird.
really, my MJ. Okay, but so have you ever been to Neverland, by the way?
No.
Yeah. You were never invited?
No.
Oh,
But you've
I
met
know.
you've met Michael, right?
No.
I thought you did.
No.
I thought I saw a picture of you and Michael.
Well, there's a story that at my 12th birthday party, Michael Jackson came, but it's not him. But my parents kept saying, it's him. Your dad knows him. But I'm like looking back pictures, I'm like, it wasn't him.
It was just an impersonator?
Yes.
Oh.
That was actually my Tori. That was my story, Tori. So it was actually Latoya who came to my birthday.
But it literally was her.
No, I just was trying to relate.
I was like, wow.
When they tell funny stories, they're actually true.
Impersonators?
Yeah, I
We
know.
tell
The
funny
cheaper,
stories.
You
you
can
get
tell
the
I'm from
cheaper
New York.
Jackson though.
Yeah, exactly.
But you guys are so funny because like we have 3 cats and a dog, but you guys have 3 dogs, a dog you took in from the fire, 2 lizards, chickens, roosters. Now, do the dogs go on the bed with you guys or no?
One of them does.
One of them does.
His name's Musso, but he calls
Musso.
him cock block.
And fuckface.
Yeah.
But he does. He sleeps right in between us, and
And
it
then-
drives me
Of course.
nuts. And so when Ferris is losing use of his back legs, so he can't jump up on the bed anymore.
He's
So
like 19.
it used to be the 2 of them in between us, and they fucking know it. They know.
They know it.
Yeah, they'd be right in between her and I. And I want to be able to like access my wife at any given time of the night. Like turn
Right.
over, I want to put my arm in her, or interlock legs, whatever. And these dogs, and I gotta move them, and it's just like the
But now, do you kick them off the
spontaneity's
bed during
gone.
sex or
Because
no?
that's your right.
I kick my dog off the bed during sex. He goes in the living room and shits on the floor just to be a dick.
Wow,
Oh my God, that's amazing.
wow.
Yeah, as a
They
Oh,
know,
does he-
right?
Yeah, as a protest.
And he writes, "I hate Adam."
Yeah, he writes.
Shit on the floor.
Our dogs do that to you.
Yeah, well,
It's like
Ferris.
shit in your shoes. Like,
They
oh no,
really?
it was the kid's
No,
shoe.
that was
bad. That's wrong.
no,
That's
no,
wrong.
that was Missy Snuggles. We had a pug that
Used to shit in
would
purses,
she would
yeah.
shit in people's purses.
They'd come over and we'd be like, yo, what? And they're like, what? I can't put my purse here. We're like, we just wouldn't put it on the floor. The dog likes to crawl in his
Yeah,
shit
you
in
put a
purses.
purse on the floor and the dog would shit in the purse.
And it's kind of genius.
But you just love taking care of things. That's basically what I'm getting out of this.
Oh, maybe.
Were you always like that?
She's very
No.
nurturing.
I've always loved animals.
Well,
Apparently
we
now
were
kids.
driving to a
I
meeting.
like to collect things. I'm a hoarder.
We were driving to a meeting the other day that we were 20 minutes late for, 25 minutes late for, And she's like, "Oh God, stop! There's a dog on the side of the road.
They find me.
We need to stop." And
That's
I'm
so
like,
nice of you.
I'm like, we can't.
No, I love
we
that.
can't miss this. But we couldn't miss this meeting. We were
So I called a friend.
So she ended up calling a friend who lived in the neighborhood to go and check on the dog. What happened with the dog, by the way?
He didn't find the dog, so hopefully someone.
He didn't find the dog.
The dog had a
The dog
collar.
had a collar
It was on the
so-
side, so hopefully.
Well, with
someone
this
got it,
this
but-
huge like immigration crisis, they could just stay at your house. I feel like that
we
might
could,
be
right? We could, be
Just
driving
taking-
around and picking up
all the Mexicans
random
at the border.
Mexicans. Sure,
Yeah.
sure.
Do you like your new house, by the way? I haven't been there. Is it-
We do.
It's
We're
awesome.
still in boxes, haven't unpacked.
Yeah, she's been
Everything.
so busy. Like 90210 hit when we were starting to get ready to move, so packing and everything and purging and stuff.
When it rains, it pours.
She
in
just
life.
hasn't been around to partake. So putting stuff away, it's just like
And do you feel good that like your dad created 90210 and now you're carrying on the legacy? That's gotta feel good.
I do. Yeah, that was a huge influence on why I wanted to be the one to kind of help spearhead and do this.
Do you
Carry on
think-
the legacy.
90210 went on for 10 years.
Yes.
10 years. Do you think? How long do you think it would have gone on if it was still on the air and then everybody wanted to still partake in it?
I don't know. Everything has its run, right?
Yeah.
It was definitely 10 years. I don't know. We didn't want to stay till it was like, oh.
Well, when David Seaver became cool, like at first he was like the nerdy dork.
Wait,
Everyone was like,
you just mixed David Silver
Oh.
and Mike Seaver from Growing Pains.
right?
That was,
Yeah,
that was so cool.
I like Mike
I
Seaver
was trying
better.
to think. It's like
David
who's
Silver.
David Seaver?
The David Silver.
I love
because
that.
he started off as like the annoying kid that was trying to play with, and then all of a sudden he got you, and he like took your virginity. Remember? I remember that episode, and then it was like this big deal. You had probably had sex plenty of times by then, but anyway, so it was right or no? Okay, so my Michael Jackson, your 13th birthday. So it was, but then it was
Twice, I think.
then he became like
And Bobo.
then he
Who's
became
counting?
like the coolest.
Not, I mean, in real life, not with him or on the show or anything.
But then he
yeah.
became like the coolest kid ever. He was like running the shit. Like he was the man. And then he came out with a rap album. I think that was like the Jump the Shark. Remember that rap album he came out with?
Wait, on the show or off the
Off
show?
the show.
Oh.
Did he really? Did Brian come up with an? I see.
I
didn't
don't
know that.
remember the logistics, but yeah, he was.
Do you remember this, Nikki?
Yeah, he came out with and it was pretty good, but it was just like no, like why is this? What am I did buy it. I bought the cassette.
But
Really?
and you said it was. You
Probably.
said it was good.
it was pretty good.
Do you think the fact that he was David Silver on the show
killed it? Because
killed
it was
the
like
fact
he's
that
like
he was?
because he was trying to be all like kind of gangster sort
Right.
of, and it was like, dude, you know, it was like when Hammer became a gangster. Like you
Right,
can't go,
right,
from,
right.
you can't touch this. To you're gonna rob me, you
Right,
know?
right. In those pants.
Yeah,
Come
right.
on. Yeah.
So, but it was great. It was honestly like that show affected so many people's childhood, especially being from Long Island and having Z Cavaricci's, and they had him on the show,
remember?
and it was like it was a
Yeah.
whole thing. It was like I had the biggest crush on Kelly. Kelly, I thought was like your
shit.
your
Oh
friend.
my God, what are you gonna do when she does the show?
Well, I'm married with a baby.
No, I didn't mean bad, but like,
Well,
But
what
I
if she was
meant,
all over
like,
you, though,
will you
Adam? What if she
blush?
just
Uh,
like?
you-
she was all over me. I still my wife. It wouldn't be worth the wrath from my wife. I tell my wife. My wife's like, I go, it doesn't matter because like the quick sex that I would get, the quick high would not be worth the years of just her giving my life shit. Because every fight would go, and then you fuck Kelly. You know, like it
Right,
would just
right.
turn into that.
Yeah,
Like,
for the
and
rest
then
of
you'll
your
be
life.
like, oh, but then I fucked Kelly.
Oh yeah.
maybe. I mean,
Look,
you're very understanding.
I would
I
not
know.
mess. I would not mess with his wife. She made him throw out all the bed sheets
Yeah.
because he filmed a scene in their bed with another woman.
Who was a playmate?
But it was a breakup scene.
It was a breakup
and
scene.
it was like a short film I wrote, and it was
was for the-
acting.
But if
It
you
was so-
watch them, no,
No,
like throw
she
them
made
out.
him. She made him throw them
Was
out.
gasoline involved?
And she's like, "You had another girl in our bedroom." I'm like, "For a TV show." Like, there's an asterisk here. Like,
Yeah.
Did you write that scene on purpose?
And it wasn't even. There wasn't a love scene. It
No.
wasn't even a good morning.
like,
and there's a
wait.
kiss. It literally. He wakes up
no,
in the
I mean,
morning.
I did
she
definitely
said, "I'm
cast
leaving
it
you."
with an
And
attractive girl who was right for the part. You know, who was like a hot girl, but that was right. It was like a webcam model. Like that was sort of like what the part was.
but you got some great jokes out of it, though.
Oh yeah, I got some good jokes. And she's like, "Well, you could have cast a more wholesome girl." I'm like, "I'm not gonna cast a show based on who you would approve of." You know, that's just. But you know, my wife is like that. She's just like that. You know, there's good and bad in everybody, and you have to just factor in: is there more good and bad? And then there's a pie chart. If 98% of someone's good and 2% bad, you obviously go with the person. Not everyone's gonna be 100% good.
Yeah.
How long have you been married?
2 weeks. And
And things are going pretty good. You got a 6-month-old, which is great.
We've been married 2 years. 2 years. Yeah.
How long were you together for?
Well, what happened was my wife and I were dating for like 2 months, and then I got her pregnant, and then she was like, "I'm only gonna keep." I'm like, "Well, what do you want to do?" We're dating for 2 months. She's like, "Well, I'm only gonna keep the child if we're married because she's Christian." And so I proposed to her like the next day. I was like, "This is the girl." And then she had a miscarriage like a week later, and then I was like, "I can get out of this," you know. But I was in love with her, so I'm like, "All right, you know, okay, you know, it didn't happen now because we were gonna rush the wedding. We were gonna like have like a drive-through wedding in Vegas and do the whole thing, and it's like $25. You don't have to get out of your car.
Right.
It's really a drive-through?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
This is a $25
Kind of fitting though, because you're a comedian. Like you would.
Well, my friend did it, but then she said it would ruin takeout for her if we did that. Like I honestly was like, I was honestly
Would you
pitching
like
that.
fries with that?
Yeah.
I do.
Yeah, you get.
That was good.
So it was. But yeah. Anyway, so that's how the story.
Does she
happened.
get jealous? Wait, she gets jealous. Do you get jealous with her?
No. I don't get jealous. I trust her. You know, I
Trust.
I don't get jealous because I don't.
What?
Because she's not the kind of girl that like I think would see somebody and be like, oh, I'm gonna fuck that guy tonight. And if she did, it's like she's out of that stage. I think she'd actually.
But interesting though that you
know.
said trust, and you correlated trust with jealousy.
Yeah.
Because because you're gonna lead into saying I don't get jealous, right?
No, I was just trying to have a conversation with
Oh,
her friends.
because you say that to me all the time. She's like, you don't get jealous. You don't understand. You don't get jealous.
I like when a guy gets jealous, personally.
Really?
Not that, yeah, I do. It makes you feel wanted.
Yeah.
Yeah, but isn't
A
that
little
weird
bit,
with
right?
gay guys though? Because they could come to like fists and stuff. Like.
Fist where? No, I mean, I'm not even. I'm like gay, but I'm like not that. Like I feel like
You're not that gay?
Yeah.
You don't do fisting. You're not that gay.
No. But I feel like I'm very like monogamous. Like if we're together, if I catch you with somebody else, like you will not have ankles. You know what I mean? Like I'm very, like, but I like the feeling of like being like I feel like I like that feeling of being wanted. I feel like it keeps a heat in the relationship.
No, but what I mean is
Right.
if let's say I caught her, let's say me and Tori are married, or you guys are married, like you are, right? And then she.
Interesting how you put yourself
then-
in there with Tori.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
And then we catch, and then she catches me cheating, right? She's not gonna. Maybe she'll attack me, and I'll hold her hands or something, and then that's whatever, you know. I'll be like, sit down. But with guys, I think that like a fight might really ensue.
It could break out.
Yeah, it could get physical.
Does that happen?
Physical. No, I mean it depends on the person. Like for me, like I don't really date a lot, so I'm very picky. Like we spoke about last week for 20 minutes. I won't bore you, Tori. But I like if we're together, like I would like to be like I don't want to see like looking at like other people or talking to other people. But I also have been single for 26 years, so who am I to really give anybody? I've never had a boyfriend, Tori. Isn't that pathetic?
Never?
What?
No, I'm so picky. I find everybody ugly, mostly men-wise. Ugh.
How many guys have you?
Not
Really?
I could count on two hands the people I've had sex with. I'm very boring. I have a very Catholic mother, so I have the Catholic guilt. I hear her voice in my head all the time. I didn't raise you like that. Like,
Nikki,
okay.
you're doing it wrong.
That's just while you're masturbating?
You're doing it
Yeah.
wrong, Nikki.
That's why this arm is bigger than the left one. I don't know if you noticed. But yeah, no, I like the feeling of like I think jealousy, not that you shouldn't be jealous, but I like, you know what I mean? Like I feel like it keeps an excitement knowing, okay, they want me.
I
Yeah,
get that.
you-
I get
you
that. But I
pretty
do.
much
I like
always
what you
want
said.
that.
Trust. I trust you, so I guess I don't get jealous because I trust you so much. But I'll be a little more jealous.
Can I
'cause
be
if
honest?
you
The
like
sexual tension between you two. If there's a Tori and Dean sex tape coming out, I want to let you know that I will play it on my DVR and project it up on a screen.
Do you see sexual tension between
Yes,
us?
I do. I
Then
can see
you
you're
would
very
see
enamored.
vagina, not gross
Tori,
you
I
out.
know. Tori, I would look this way.
Dean has
So-
a huge one.
And it's more about celebrating your love.
If I knew you were going to watch it, I would bedazzle. Vajazzle.
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 Tori, have you ever vajazzled?
I did. I
Yes,
did it
was
once for him.
fantastic.
Really?
Oh,
When it was first on trend, I did it with a friend only
Why
because
did it
I was
go?
like,
Why did it go away? It was fantastic. Have you ever seen a vajazzle,
No.
JJ? Oh my
What is
goodness! You go right down to the hardwood, and you can have like designs, like little shiny jewels and stuff put on.
But does it come off?
Eventually, yeah, but
yeah.
it lasted.
I mean, it's probably a choking hazard if you like
It
are
could- yeah, it
going
could
down
be.
on it. Yeah.
What did you write
I
on there?
I went down
Dean,
on her,
clean
and
the
I came
kitchen?
up, and it looked like I got a stud in my nose. Like, did you get your nose pierced? Like, no, your vajazzle
I'd
came
be a
off,
little
babe.
concerned if I'm going down and go, there's a fucking disco ball down there. I mean, right?
Oh, dude, no.
I mean, unless you're in a relationship. Yeah.
If you saw it, you wouldn't be like, making
It was
disco ball
beautiful.
jokes. It was
What
fantastic.
did I get? I forgot a heart or something like a.
It was a heart.
Was that heart?
It was a heart, and it was the sexiest thing ever. It was so fantastic.
Yeah.
I highly. But why did it go away?
Because they eventually fall off. Oh,
Yeah, but they
why did
last-
the trend go away?
Well, yeah, they lasted 2 weeks. Like they lasted a good long time.
I don't know. We talked
And now
about
the
a
now the
panazzle.
now the bush is back.
I know. How
Bush
They've been
is
saying the
back.
bush has been back for years.
Yes, it's not coming back.
Have you seen any porn lately? It's total. It's,
Porn is horrible. It's all incest porn
It's
now. You go
bush
there, it's
everywhere.
all like, dude bangs his stepmom. I'm like,
yeah, what's with that? What? And the
Yeah.
yes, hot
I
stepsister.
never wanted to bang my stepmom. She hated me.
I wanted to bang your stepmom. She was hot.
Mm,
I've never seen a
yeah,
stepmom.
yeah,
I'm just.
okay. Anyway, but I'm saying like, even if she didn't hate me, I still wouldn't want to bang her. Who is this for? I could see if like one specific category, but it's like you have to search to find regular porn. Like you have to go through like I'm not banging my stepbrother. I'm not banging. Like, it's getting insane.
What is with the angry hate fucking porn? That's weird.
Really?
Yeah, like
Maybe because you're banging your stepmom and you realize you can't do any better.
Yeah,
like,
like
maybe,
you enforce
but
that curfew.
It's
Yeah.
awful. I was just like, what? Who's watching this stuff? That's awful.
Yeah.
But speaking of porn, Tori.
Watch this
No, it's-
transition.
No, we watch porn. No, we watch porn together. Do you watch porn?
My wife, no. We probably should, but like, she says she wants to do all this stuff, and then she starts giggling, and then I know she really doesn't want to do this stuff. Like
Do
like,
the stuff that you're watching.
just in general. Like she'll be sleeping, and I'll go anal, just to fuck with her, and she'll be like, okay, turn over. You know, like, like it's more of like comedy in the bedroom. I mean, it's still fun. It's fun, but we
That's
haven't.
funny.
I don't know if I'd watch porn. I would, but it just like.
Now,
not
what type
like
of porn
our-
do you guys watch?
By the way, I'm learning a lot today, and you are so lucky. Oh my god.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Well, it's not until I met Adam's wife that I was like, yeah, wow.
Oh, you're lucky with how wild you are? Is that what he's lucky
Or
about?
I think so.
Yeah, you seem like a lot of fun.
You also have 6
Yeah, I
five
could
kids,
see it.
and,
You have no idea.
You know, you've also been through a lot. I don't know. What okay, so go on. Yeah, what kind of porn? Back to his question.
Yeah, back to Nikki's question. What kind of porn do we like, babe?
You don't feel pressured? Like, I feel like if somebody put on porn in the room and be like, oh my God, like now I have to do that upside down or something. Like, I feel like it's a lot of pressure.
I mean, for a second, I'm like, oh, bummer. I had a Real Housewives episode to catch up on. But after that, I'm like,
She
all
loves her
right,
housewives.
let's go.
They role play. We're like, we have no kids.
Well, I'm sure there's got to be some housewife parody porn out there. Maybe.
I'm sure there is. Oh, we could do my love of reality TV and porn and
porn.
blend the two,
Blend the
so
two.
we're on the same page always. There you
Yeah.
go.
Nice.
Mixing interests, keeping the passion alive.
Yeah.
We don't have to keep the passion alive. I think that's
No,
the one
the
thing,
one thing
that
we
we
do
always
not
have
lack.
in common. Yeah, is passion.
Passion.
No matter what is going on.
Yeah.
I didn't know where
No
to go
matter
with
what.
that.
No matter what is
No, but,
going
you
on,
know.
we are on that same page.
Because the reality is, you know, you're two people. I feel like humans, instinctually, it's really hard to be monogamous because you're always changing. And if you're not on the same page, you have to, like, try to change again and evolve and be on the same page. And that's, like, our common thing is we're super passionate. I still look at him, even when I'm mad at him, I'm like, oh, he's so sexy.
Oh, that's awesome.
I love that you picked up on our sexual tension.
Yeah, I mean, I can
Yeah,
feel
like
it. You could cut that with a knife right
yeah,
now.
Yeah, no.
I like
I'm
the pictures of
very
him in the
attracted.
boxing ring, and you were on top of him. That was really funny. Do you ever do the one-sided sparring with him, where he lets people punch him in the face and?
Yeah.
Did you take a
Yeah.
punch, Tori?
No, I don't want to.
Yeah, don't mess them up.
Like, I'm not a top. I'm an aggressive bottom.
Yeah. She had a hard time hitting me, but
Really?
you enjoyed it.
Ish. I mean, just for like competition, like I'm competitive and like on that level, but not like, oh, I want to pummel him. Like, nah.
Did you play sports as a kid?
No.
Never?
No, never.
Did Randy?
No.
Your
I
brother?
played handball. Remember handball?
Yeah.
Loved handball.
Wow.
You're too young to know handball.
That was
it doesn't
before my
exist anymore,
time.
right?
No, of
Handball's
course, yeah.
not a
He's only
thing.
been with 10 guys.
but
He's
wait
still
a
plenty of
second,
handball.
Here in the States, you use a bigger ball, right?
It's I guess.
In Canada,
It's-
we use a tennis ball.
For handball?
For handball,
Wow,
yeah.
you gotta
Really?
be really
More
coordinated
bounce.
to do that.
Yeah.
And he's a life
Like
coach now, right? Your brother?
splitsies. My brother?
Is he a life
He
coach?
is.
Wow.
What a cool dude. What a cool.
Is he always trying to like coach your
centered
life?
dude.
No, never.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
And I'm always like, I know you're busy, but can you help me out a little bit? And I mean, he's always there. He just doesn't like put his stuff on you if you want the.
Now, do you think Randy would do the show? Would do 90210? I
was like, your podcast. He would love to.
Oh, nice.
Oh, I'd love to have
Yeah.
Randy on. Yeah, when he's in town, we'll definitely have him on. He's such a cool guy, guys. You'll meet with him, and you'll be like, oh, I want to be like him. He's just so centered and grounded.
Wow.
Really cool cat.
He's a
But
great guy.
but
Proud of him.
he was on. He played Steve Saunders' younger brother, right,
Yes.
on the show,
Steve
and he.
Saunders. That was so
Did
fancy.
I say Saunders? Sanders?
It was
whatever.
just fancy the way he
whatever.
made it sound. I liked it.
But I got a kick out
His
of him. I
stepbrother,
thought he
yep.
was really, really good on it. I thought he was very funny. Do you think he'll?
He's good at comedy. He
You
likes
think he'll
that.
come back?
Are you and Brenda still close or no?
You know what? Not for any reason. Like, no, it's so funny. They used to have we were really close on the show. Like, she was one of my best friends. And then when she left the show, like, there was all these, like, press things that came out, like, this rivalry. And it was never with us. But, you know, the press makes what they want. You don't want to say anything, so you're told, like, don't say anything. I mean, Nikki, you know how this goes. Like, PR tactic. Like, for actors, like, nothing. Say nothing, and it'll go away. But it kind of lives on whenever a story comes out. It doesn't really go away. So, yeah, no, she's great. I saw her recently, and she's an awesome
She
person.
had that one show where she would like break up with you. Remember that show she had?
Oh, my God, I remember that show.
You like, if you wanted to break up with your boyfriend or girlfriend, you hired Shannon Doherty to come and break up with him.
Right, completely
like-
forgot
It
about
was like the most fucked up show
But
ever.
you know why I liked it? Because I felt like she was like, okay, I'm taking what people are saying in the press, and I'm, like, turning it on them. Like, you're going to say, like, this stuff about me. I'm
I
the bad
totally
girl.
forgot
Fine.
about
I'm going to break up with your boyfriend for you.
That show was
Like, it
way ahead of
cool.
its time.
It was.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
Can I ask you what? I mean, it must be so much pressure to be raised, such a beautiful family in the spotlight. So, and I know, I know you guys both face a lot of scrutiny. How do you deal with that?
I think I'm thicker skinned than
She's
he is.
way better than I am. Yeah, I want to drive to people's houses and beat the shit out of them. I want to find the writers of these articles and stuff. I want to beat the shit out of them. But she's just like, no, it just.
Did you always have thick skin? Because I'm very sensitive. I feel like you're like me. I'm very emotional.
No, I'm super sensitive.
Me too. Me too.
But then I like repress it all, and then I'm like dead inside. So my best friend calls me Pollyanna because she's like, "Oh, you're like rays of sunshine." I'm like, I'm actually dead inside, but I pretend well. Yeah, no. I mean, gosh, when it started coming out, I was like 17 when stuff came out in tabloids about my appearance and stuff, and it was like, whoa, and you're just a teenage girl, like trying to navigate that, and then all of a sudden you're on a huge TV show, and it was hard, but yeah, it's been so many years now. I just take it on. I'm like, oh, okay.
I think you age the best though out of everybody.
Stop it.
Honestly.
Well, I'm the only one here right now. You have to say that.
That's true.
Yeah, he'll say
No.
that when Jenny's here.
Yeah, she actually does look
He'll say it to
hot.
Brian Austin Green.
She looks
Brian,
so
you've
hot.
aged
You
the
aged
best.
the
Looks
best.
good too. Yeah.
But why do you think, because I've never seen anything like it before, the press consistently go after you. I've never seen.
I think because they've. Can I answer that or no?
Yeah,
Yeah,
sure.
please.
Weigh in on it.
Because I'm not expert on Tori Spelling.
Someone needs to be, please.
No, I think because
An
her
anomaly.
because probably the similar reason that the gay people love her so much is that
The gay people.
oh yeah the gay
The
people
gays. The gays.
the whole like the transformer gay people is that they assume like your father created 90210 and put you in it.
He did.
So they're probably like, well, she didn't deserve to be in it, blah, blah,
Yeah.
blah, blah. So then you're target number one, right? Easy target. And the gay people are probably like sensitive to that. Like, what the fuck did she do? Like, she just did nothing. She's just, I wish my dad put me on a show. And they probably can see through all that bullshit. So then, in essence, like, then you become this, like, larger than life character, and they think you're an easy target, but you didn't do anything. And you were great on the show. Your acting was great. I thought you were fine. And then also, then you do a lot of these like Sharknado movies or movies of the week and blah blah blah. And then you're very like funny. Like I think you won like worst actor award or something, but you like accepted. You like accepted it. You came down and accepted it, showing that you don't take yourself seriously.
What
Did
was
you
that?
did you get a worst actor award?
Are you
I don't know, because I
The Bravo.
something, right? But
For my book. It wasn't worst act,
but anyway, so the point is, but it wasn't.
but I would.
But it wasn't that you were a bad actress at all. You were a great
It's
actress.
just-
It was just people just being dicks, you know. And I mean, like there was a one year that like somebody won an Oscar and the worst actor award in the same year. So I was like, okay, they a bad actor or what?
Right.
What are we talking about here?
But why though is it going on for so long? Because you said it started when you were like 17.
Because you're an icon.
and it hasn't stopped. Like you think, like what you say,
Icons are
what you're saying
timeless.
is makes
Ooh, I like
sense.
that.
But
Let's make a T-shirt.
you figure it'd have a shelf life.
Let's
But
vajazzle it.
just on the back, it's just you and I. Like,
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Side combo.
We're having a moment. Can you guys leave, actually?
Yes,
Because
That's
she still looks good and she still.
But what happens when I really do age and I don't look good?
People,
then what will I be?
it won't be fun to make fun of you anymore. It
You
won't be,
think?
yeah, but like if you look, like if you gain 700 pounds,
Irrelevant. Like
if you gain 700 pounds and move to Montana and raise cattle or something,
That's
like,
our retirement
like
goal.
nobody would care. But the fact that you're like, fuck it, I'm here, I'm raising kids, I have a husband, I have 12 reality shows, and I don't care. It makes you like, I don't know. It's just you're not going away, which I think I respect that a lot.
And I think you're a smart businesswoman, so I think that you'll find ways to reinvent yourself, which you consistently have done. You're still, after all these years, you're still extremely relevant. I mean, you're an icon. So did you find pressure? Like, how do you always, like, find new ways to reinvent yourself? Like, where do you draw inspiration from that?
From me.
I've always been really driven. I get that from my dad, and I'm creative, and I don't know. I keep on getting back up. Keep on chugging up that hill.
Yeah, that's why I said
One
she's
day
the
I'll reach the
strongest
top of
person
the
I know.
mountain.
You also have
Yeah.
five kids.
Yeah, and then
gotta
there's
be-
that. But I think even if I didn't have kids, I would still be chugging ahead. Like, I don't take no. Like, no is the first word towards yes. A producing team told us that once. It's true, Randy and Fenton.
Now, let's say in your next
What do
life,
you mean by
you
that?
weren't you.
I don't understand that. No is the first word towards yes.
Yes. Is that, wait, am I saying it wrong? I'm probably saying it wrong, but the intention's there.
No,
No.
is the
Like, when someone says no, you're like, okay, that's the first word towards getting a yes.
Oh,
Like,
so
the
like,
first
here
step.
we
Pushing
go,
through.
First step.
First
You gotta
step.
change your mind.
first step to
Yeah.
get
Yes.
towards
Okay.
yes.
First
Got it.
step towards getting towards yes.
Got
Or,
it.
yeah,
I
something.
mean, I would think rapists probably love that slang. 'Cause
Oh, my God.
No, seriously, no.
She means yes. No. Yeah.
So if you weren't Tori Spelling,
No means yes.
right, and you weren't you in your next life, if you could, like, just be somebody, if you could do it all again, what do you think you would do? Because
Oh
I
my
always say
gosh.
that, like, yeah,
I don't know, because I'm.
No, we know what you would do.
I would be Amish. And
Are you serious?
yeah,
Why,
and churn
like,
butter, no stress.
for the cute? Oh, not for the cute outfits.
No.
Just no. Okay.
No. Just to make quilts and have a stress-free life. So what would you do if you weren't
Well,
you?
I don't know. You just said that, and I went,
Right?
what would that be like?
awful.
Being Amish. yeah.
You might be
Awful.
bored,
Every day the same thing.
but
over
you
and
wouldn't know
over
any
again.
difference.
I wouldn't have a wrinkle.
You wouldn't have a television.
You don't
Or-
have a wrinkle.
Right here, Tori. But what would you do? I'm more interested in you.
I don't know, because I really don't believe in regrets. I know. I feel like everything's, this sounds so hokey, a part of the journey, because I wouldn't be who I was if, like, I didn't have all the bad stuff happen along with the good stuff. So what would I do? I always been fascinated with having a farm, so I think in a previous life
You might have been a farmer.
Didn't you guys have a hotel or something?
We did. We had an inn in Temecula.
How'd that go?
It was great. It was just too small. It only had 4 rooms, which was
well, he means
manageable.
something different. Not like they say to make money with a B&B that you need, what, 8 rooms?
Yeah,
to
6 to
successfully? I
6 to
don't know.
8 to start turning a profit. But
Yeah.
we had a ton of fun with it,
Yeah.
and we had
Did
some
you put all your
crazy
kids in
guests.
each room?
Well, we only had Liam at that time.
Oh
Yeah.
wow.
Right,
I
we
wish
only
we
had one.
still had it.
I didn't know
Oh
people
my
still
gosh,
use the
I
word
wish we-
"in." I haven't heard that term since reading
I
about
know.
Christmas. In. That's so glamorous. Bring
It
it
was a
back.
B&B.
Well, that was
but
see
it
that was
like,
the thing. We wanted to make B&Bs glamorous because
Yeah.
we were staying in one. The second
and it was
movie we
Tori and
did,
Dean in love.
the second movie we did together in Ottawa, we were in a rickety old, full of antiques. It was beautiful, but it was a little antiquated. So we thought, hey, we should make bed and breakfast chic again. So we came up with Tori and Dean in love, and we made the inn or the bed and breakfast cool again.
That wouldn't be relevant now because now everyone takes like little
Yeah.
motels and makes them cool and they
Yeah.
pop up everywhere.
I think
So
that's
what would be like
badass.
the next incarnation of that?
Dun dun dun.
Your shed, someone's shed, making your shed chic. Chic shed.
What do they call it?
You've had more people in
Chick-
your vagina than in that
Uh,
inn. Like more people came out of you.
He meant that a nice way, but it didn't sound that. But I'm an evolved woman, so I know what you meant.
I meant like your kids coming out. I meant like not like
I got it.
at the same, not like
Like,
four
You can
kids.
hear me sharpening my tweezers
I
under
meant
the
like
table.
four-
Like,
I
I
meant like-
will take you out,
No, I
partner.
meant like 5 kids popping out of there. I didn't mean like.
But I told you before the show, I've had 5 C-sections.
I know, but it's no one else. Knew
I
that.
know, but
Yeah.
that didn't work for the joke. I know. I got it. It's good.
Got it. So
We're gonna go from here.
now when you were on 90210, right? Like you were 18, 19, you're going to clubs and partying.
Mm-hmm.
Were other celebrities just trying to like spit game at you? Like were you hard, did you like blow them off or did you
Did you say
Like-
spit game?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Do you know
I think
that term? I've
Like
never
try
heard-
to pick you up and like,
Oh,
hey,
like
what's going
dudes,
on?
Like
Yeah.
I didn't know if you meant girls, like spit on your game, or like
No,
okay.
I meant like we're guys trying to like, hey Tori, what are you doing later? Come over. Because this is before.
yeah.
Is that what the kids are saying? Should we be saying spit
Yeah,
game?
spit game.
Okay,
Yeah.
everybody
Spit
take
game,
notes.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'd take-
Really?
Yeah.
That's a
Duly
thing?
noted.
Sound
Spit
like-
game.
It's kind of dated, but go on.
What's the new version?
I don't know. I have to look it up.
Okay,
in,
okay.
Ask,
Urban
your little,
Dictionary.
ask your little wrestling kids.
Yeah, well, they always tell me funny shit.
Really? Yeah.
So other celebrities were trying to like, hey Tori, what do you? And then were you like, no, I'm like, I'm not that easy, or like, you like a wild party girl, or
No, I mean, I used to like take a lot of numbers, like, because they didn't have cell phones back then. Oh my God, I just aged myself. But like, guys would always be like, oh, here's my number, but I never followed through. Like, I was kind of a one girl.
Anyone famous, or were they just regular? Would regular Joes give you your number?
no, you wouldn't get.
No, I didn't take those. No,
Yeah.
no,
It
no,
was
no.
just guys that like.
Yeah. I at least took the numbers of like famous guys.
So it was like who was it? Like Joey, like the New Kids on the Block. Like probably one of those guys, right?
I feel like it was before then. It was like more. Wait, I'm gonna date myself again. Oh no,
Was it
like in the '90s. Like no,
like-
not the
Was
'90s.
it like Ricky
Yeah,
Martin before he was gay.
Ricky
It
Martin.
was like
Like,
I don't know, like
The
Corey,
two
like,
Corys.
the Corey,
Oh,
like Corey
yeah.
Haim, and like remember that show Parker Lewis Can't Lose?
I love that guy. He was great.
Like-
Parker Lewis Can't Lose.
I don't know, like that era. I don't know.
But did you like hang out with like the Feldman and Haim and the Will Wheaton? Were they like, was that like your crew back in the day?
No.
Who was your crew? Was it mostly 90210?
You don't know this?
I know some of it. I mean, I've
Well,
saw.
back then,
I've
like
seen
Mark
Marky
Wahlberg
Mark
was like,
and
yeah, we
was
would
with
hang out
Shannon,
with him.
and yeah, you
like,
guys. I've
so we
seen
hung
those
with
pictures, but I don't really
Marky
know a lot.
Mark, minus the Funky Bunch, and like, and like, yeah,
So, like,
like that was
Donnie-
our posse. It was like, it was Mark and Shannon, me and Brian. Like,
You and Brian dated in real life?
I don't know, not dated. Like, I don't know. We were, yeah.
You can answer.
But
Don't
like,
be shy.
we would
Well,
hang out. Like that was our friend posse. We would go to like the Roxbury and like Bar One.
I
None
remember.
of these exist anymore. It's so sad.
Where were you? I remember seeing a picture.
The
and it
Roxbury.
was Shannon and Mark, and I think it was even you. You were leaning over a balcony. I think you were flipping someone off, or you spotted a paparazzi.
We
in
were
the
in
crowd
the
and-
VIP club at the Roxbury, which was what now? It's on Sunset. It was that Tokyo place.
Yeah.
Now, is it still? No.
No.
It was like, you know what I mean? Okay. And we were in the VIP room, sitting on the back of like this red leather booth, and the window, we could see the paparazzi down, like with their cameras up, and we were giving, the finger. Did you still say the finger?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh my God, I just sounded so old.
Flipping the bird.
I never say
That's
that.
dating yourself.
I just like got nervous. And the four of us, me and Brian and Mark and Shannon, were flipping them off, and they could see through the window, and so that picture was like everywhere.
Wow.
Oh, you didn't know they could see through the window? You think,
No,
oh,
we
okay,
were just
so
like,
it wasn't
oh, wow.
intentional.
That must have been crazy, Mark and Shannon, because like he was like the angriest guy that was like getting into fights in Boston and like saying, "I don't want gays wearing my clothes." Because remember he got in trouble for saying that. He said like "fag." I don't want fags wearing.
Really?
Oh, I
Yeah,
forgot
remember
about
he like
that.
lost
Yeah,
his
yeah,
like
yeah.
sponsor.
Get
He
your
was like
tweezers back out.
he was like a Calvin Klein model.
Yeah,
and he's like,
yeah,
I don't
yeah.
want fags wearing my shorts or something. And then he got dropped by Calvin Klein.
That would be his biggest market.
I didn't know
would be the
that.
gays
Then
with
he,
Calvin
like-
Klein underwear.
And I think he like blinded some Asian guy in a fist fight or
What?
something. Like Mark,
Really?
you Google this. Like Mark Wahlberg.
I
was
will.
was like insane back then. And I could just picture Shannon Doherty. Who
I have to tell you, know what I learned today?
what?
If I ever go on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, you're 100% my lifeline. Like,
Right.
you know so much
You're my call a
information
friend.
that
Yeah,
I
but
didn't
none of this
know
is gonna
that-
be on all those questions. It's gonna be like
Watch.
science questions, and I'm
Like,
like, oh, I don't know.
Pop culture. Like,
Yeah, like, you
maven
really-
here.
No,
Yeah.
Mark Wahlberg like blinded an Asian guy in a street fight in Boston or something. Like it's like it's like people hate him. That Asian people still hate him. They won't see his movies.
Now he's in
That's so
Daddy's
funny.
Home too.
Yeah, which is crazy because Transformers. Yeah, right.
Sorry.
So you think David would want to see Transformers? So, but I would just think Mark Wahlberg and Shannon Doherty, because Shannon like is notorious for her attitude back then.
Yeah. Did they have any blow-ups you witnessed?
No.
No.
Oh come on!
No. I don't know. We were all like,
It was just good vibrations the whole time.
Come on.
I love that song. Donnie D's on the backup, and then you realize it's Donnie Wahlberg, and you're like, he's on the backup.
He had to be. He's your brother.
Yeah, I know, but I thought it was like a cool guy like named Donnie D. It
Right.
was a new kid, which they're awesome now. But I'm actually gonna go see them. They're actually
Really?
they're playing the Greek theater, the Hollywood Bowl.
Oh yeah, you like all
It's
this old school
them,
stuff.
Tiffany.
Tiffany, I love.
She's playing Debbie Gibson.
No way.
Yeah, I got tickets. You guys should come.
Oh my gosh, I would
We'll,
like to
we'll
see
double
them.
date. Why don't we?
Naughty
when
by
is it?
Nature is
When
gonna
is
be
it?
there. It's in a couple weeks, I think. I'm excited though. I love
Like he
seeing
has
it.
no interest.
Wow. Do you want to double
Well,
date?
Debbie Gibson followed me on Instagram about a month ago, and I reached out to her to thank her, and she never answered me. So, Debbie, if you're listening, I have a bone to pick with you. And you
Debbie.
send me a tweet at
Debbie.
Nicky Paris bitch, and let's do lunch or something. Call me.
I used to work at an
Nicky's
80s club in New York.
alone now.
I used to work at an 80s called Culture Club in New York City. I worked at an 80s club as a shop boy. Like they had shop girls. I was a shop boy.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, so
We're learning so much
but like
about Adam.
Tiffany,
Remember last
but like
week?
Tiffany performed there.
Really?
Yeah, and it was like she's like I'm doing my new songs. Everyone's like sleeping, and then she's saying like running just as fast, and everyone went crazy.
The
No.
best.
I want to know, what did you have to wear as a shot boy?
Yeah.
Well, I was in a play.
Was it a
before that,
thong?
upstairs? No, I wore like a pink headband, a cutoff shirt, white tank top. I was ripped back then. I had like fake tan, and then like a pink belt and like jeans. But I was making like $1,800 cash a night.
Wow.
Like,
So what
with
you're
all like singles and fives. So it was like
Right.
in my socks, and I'd like take off my underwear. There'd be like dollars would fly around. It was-
So basically, you look like one of Tori's gays back in the day during that time.
I was actually
So-
in her entourage. She didn't even know it. I was number 4.
He was curling your hair. You didn't even know it.
Adam was a stripper.
Once.
Wait,
Once.
literally?
One time.
What happened?
But way to ease it in. You know, they
Well,
just-
no,
before-
you went from shop boy to stripper.
forgot about
I
that from-
thought
yeah.
that was a great
What
segue.
happened was when I moved to LA, I had no cash, and my friend had a wedding, and I wanted to go to New York to go to the wedding.
Mm-hmm.
I had like negative money. I had like negative $900 in my account. Like literally, I couldn't take out. I was in my overdraft beyond. It was like 18 years ago, and I was like, oh, I was in this play in New York where I had to give lap dances to girls in the play. So I was like, but you didn't know who was in the play, who wasn't. It was like Tony and Tina's wedding. Like,
Yeah.
but it was like, well, it was a spinoff of that called Birdie's Bachelorette Party.
Uh-huh.
Right.
And I was, my character was Woody the shop boy. So then afterwards, I worked at Culture Club. So then I would get all these drunk, like, you know, bachelorettes. They were like, we want to do a shot. And I put the shot in my mouth and then put it in their mouth. Or
right.
like, I held it by my crotch. They got on their knees and like,
Oh my
yeah.
God.
This is
So
my
family fun.
Oh yeah, great. I can't wait to tell my daughter this. So then.
I can't wait to
when
tell you
So then when I
this.
moved out here, I was like, I had no skills.
Violet, are you
so
there?
I'm like, all right, maybe I'll be a stripper. I know how to give lap dances, and then I went online, and then it said like it was like rent a hunk or some fucking nonsense, and then they took me to the party. I went to a party, and it was like all Mexican ladies, and they were just crazy. I was a cop, and I'm like, oh, yeah. Like I was like, yeah, somebody
You're
has an
under arrest
unplayed.
for looking so
So
good.
yeah, like I think they were like illegal. They ran. They probably thought I was a real cop.
Emigra.
Yeah, they were like, let me see your papers, you know. Like, so then, like, I just gave lap dances, and then it was just like,
Would you say that do you think you did a good job?
How much did you make? Yeah.
I think I made $140.
So not good.
No,
No, you
it
should have
was.
stuck to the
I got paid
the
in
shop boy.
I got paid in pesos.
Somebody gave me a taco.
He got a Taco Bell gift card, so
Yeah,
things could have been worse.
I just quit after that. I was like, this is not the kind of. Yeah, it was like the shop boy I was making.
Well, how
money.
much money did you really expect to make at a quinceañera?
No, I didn't know. I had no idea. I thought it would be kind of fun. It was just, I was like, this is not what I didn't go to college for this.
That takes a lot of
And
confidence.
Did you get totally naked? Or
No.
No.
I mean, well, in the back, sort of. I'd like let a girl maybe do some things and
Really?
busted. And they all
Did
started
you make
cheering,
extra for
like,
that?
I was like a pinata. It was like, no, I didn't make any extra. I felt like I was.
anybody listening,
I felt
if
like
you
I
have
was.
any video of
No,
this
no,
party,
do not. I felt like I was a whore.
You
like,
can send
I
it to
honestly
daddyissues at
felt like I was a
gmail.com.
whore, but at the same time, I'm like, I think I might have paid for this. So I was very conflicted as to like, was this a good thing or a bad thing? You know. But then I quit after that. I was like, this is not how I want to. You know. But it was fun. I mean, it was definitely like my heart was racing, and you know, I had just nutted. But it was, but it was just not like, this is not how I want to live my life, you know.
Was it a similar sort of rush, except for the nutting part, as stand-up?
No, because I feel like that was rock bottom for me.
Right.
And stand-up, I don't feel like I mean, I've been booed off stages before,
Right.
or kicked out of comedy clubs and like asked to never come back. And those are rock bottom. Like one time I got kicked out of Arizona and I was driving home and my car broke down and I think I made like $300 for the week. And then I'm like fixing my car on the side of the road. There's no lights, and I look up. It's like Arizona State Prison. Like, do not pick up hitchhikers. Like, it's like this is bad. You know.
That was a low point.
But no, it was just like, this is. And the guy told me, when the guy hired me, he's like, you're gonna get laid every single party. You're gonna get addicted to this. This is, just be prepared. And the first party in, I was like,
I'm done.
I'm like, this dude knew what he was talking about. This is not a good job because this is a lot of fun. It's like I did cocaine once in my life,
And that was it.
maybe twice, and it was a rush. It was like, this is a lot of fun, but I'm like, this is not good because I could see how I can get addicted to this. You know, I could see where the addiction comes from, so it's not good. No point.
Well, we're
So
glad.
don't take up stripping if you're listening right now.
yeah,
Don't wear a
we're
pink
glad
headband.
you gave up your
Or
stripping
coke.
career
Yeah,
Yeah,
stripping
right,
and coke.
exactly.
for comedy.
That's the
Now,
lesson
speaking
today.
speaking of comedy, there's someone that I would love to get into comedy because I think she's so funny. This one right here.
She
Thank
says
you,
she's very
Dean.
funny.
You're already in comedy.
kidding.
No.
Have you ever done?
Do you think you'd ever try
stand-up?
it?
No.
Her comedic timing. If you watch So Notorious and you watch why am I blanking on it?
I could
Mystery
see you
Girls.
being really
True
good
Tori?
at it.
Mystery
Yeah.
Girls. No, not True Tori. No, don't watch that, please. Mystery Girls. Her comedic timing is so good. She's so funny
I like
and
telling
so
stories.
good on her feet. Well, that's what stand-up is, because you can be rapid fire joke
Sometimes.
comedian or you can be storytelling comedian.
The storytelling, you just have to have jokes in the stories. You have to,
But I think you have such a unique viewpoint
she has to want
that
to
I'd
do
be
it.
really.
Though. She has to want it.
I would do like a one-woman show, but I feel like that's a lot of pressure to say like I'm doing
We do a one-woman show at the
I
Comedy
would
Store.
get like
Yeah.
killed if people are like, "Oh, you think you're a stand-up comedian now?" Like people just look for any reason.
Well, fuck
to
everybody else.
Hate me, but love me.
Is this what's yeah? But that doesn't drive you.
Do you think people would go after you hard if you did stand-up?
I feel like if it was in a different direct, like, hey, I'm doing like a one-woman show or something, so they think like, oh, you know, it's an actress doing something, not like I'm now a comedian. Like,
I don't know. I think
Maybe.
you'd be really good because you're super relatable. People love you.
I have a potty mouth though, so like,
Potty mouth
Ooh.
is great.
I know, but that wouldn't be good. Like, I'm a mom of 5.
Oh, yeah, I've seen your kids. They seem like they're pretty
They'd
adjusted.
like it.
Your 1-year-old
Yeah,
was going around saying "shit" as his first word.
I don't know where he gets that from.
He gets it from me. But you know what? None of our kids have ever been sent home from school for swearing or never, because we don't make it taboo at home.
Wow, goals.
Yeah.
We don't make it taboo. No.
Yeah, of
And
course.
They've never been sent home from school, or it's never been an issue
Yeah.
until now.
No, but I could see you being really good at comedy, and the fact that you don't think that you would be good was probably why you'd be good.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
to
true.
be honest, everyone that's
Yeah.
like, I'd be hilarious, and they go up there
They're
and they
horrible.
absolutely suck,
Yeah.
and then they quit. Versus like people that actually look at it and go, "This is a craft. This is going to be hard, but I think I can do it." But that's what makes a good comic. A good comic is not the guy, the class clown that was the funniest guy.
Yeah.
That's usually never the guy.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe like a Chris Farley, but he was not a stand-up comic, but he was that guy. The good comic is the guy who's like funny to his like 1 or 2 friends.
And is very
Chad
insecure.
Daniels. I was just
comes from
Chad-
insecurity. the
Chad
best
Daniels
comedians I
was
find.
on radio yesterday morning, and he was talking about how he got into it. And he was, his friends kind of signed him up. They threw his name in a hat at an open mic, and he's like, "Oh Jesus!" And he went up and he killed, and the rest is history. He's a very funny guy. I don't know if you know Chad Daniels. He does a lot of family stuff.
Yeah, I heard of him. Yeah.
Yeah, he's really funny. So I think we should put your name in a hat at an open mic.
Or the Dime Bar on Tuesday.
Or the Dime. Same difference.
I used to love that place.
Oh, it's a fun place. It's
We
it's
used
the
to go
best.
there.
For kids. Yeah.
We used to go there.
Yeah.
did?
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, you knew the owner.
I did?
Who? Andy?
No, one of
Chris?
wasn't
Huvane?
Alvarez, Rick Alvarez, wasn't he?
There's a lot of owners there.
No,
One of the owners?
He was friends with the owner.
Oh,
But
I
don't remember.
thought he owned
No.
it. Oh, okay.
Tell him to take it off his LinkedIn.
Yeah, right? Get off the LinkedIn. Yeah, I thought he owned it. Okay.
Do you want to go to stories?
Yeah.
You wanna do some stories,
All
some
we'll do our
headlines?
Transition, yeah. So there'll be a transition here. All right, guys. So we are going to get into our hot topic of the week. So our first story today is man sues his parents over a destroyed porn collection. A
Wow.
mom and dad in Michigan have found themselves in a court battle with their own son. According to WXMI, the unidentified plaintiff in a civil lawsuit is angry his parents threw away his porn collection. He estimated it was worth $28,000, but he's seeking $86,000 in damages. I think I messed up that number. I think it was 20. Yeah, okay. Anyway, the case dates back to October 2016 when a divorce forced the plaintiff to move into his parents' house in Grand Haven. He stayed with them for 10 months, living rent-free, but doing chores to pull his weight. Still, a domestic incident in August 2017 prompted police to force him out of the home. He ended up moving to Indiana, and his parents made a trip there that November to drop off the things he'd left behind. But the plaintiff knew something was missing: his porn collection.
Wow.
The defendants reportedly told him that they had destroyed the entire thing, which was enough to fill 12 moving boxes. The father had warned the plaintiff he would destroy any porn he found in his son's possession after the plaintiff was kicked out of high school and college for selling adult content. So that is really, I have to be honest with you, my parents caught porn on the living room computer, and it was horrible.
Your computer?
I've
Or
used the
you-
computer in the living room. How dumb. I was in 6th grade.
Right, because no one has like a collection now. You would just watch it on your
Yeah,
computer.
That's crazy.
$28,000 worth of porn. That's
something.
That's a lot of
I think
porn.
the kid's a
That's-
genius because he could. If he meant anyone to buy porn now, the kid's probably a brilliant salesman. Because who the fuck's gonna buy porn now?
Right. Yeah.
It's just, I mean,
So and is I mean, good for his parents. I mean, he was living with his parents after a divorce, and he just loafed off his parents for a while,
Yeah.
and then they had to trip him out.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, too bad for you and your porn collection.
Yeah.
I hope he
Honestly,
doesn't
just
win.
don't even my parents. I didn't want them to know that I even knew what porn was. It was so humiliating. Can I tell you a juicy story? It's very embarrassing.
Sure.
So I stumbled upon gay porn, and my mom was still in denial that I was gay. And she was Googling something, and his first huge cock came in, and she called me down, and she had it on in the living room. I was 6th grade. I was like 13. It was the most humiliating. She was like, "What's this?" And I was like, "Oh, I think I just stumbled onto the wrong thing."
Oh my God.
How embarrassing
bought
is that? She bought. She was in denial. The Catholic guilt.
Wow.
Okay, guys.
His first big cock. That's a sight.
Yeah. Not one that I visit regularly, but at the time. And I never thought about suicide, but in that moment, I was like, I would love to have a noose right now and just put myself out. It was so
Was your
embarrassing.
mom like, what's his number?
Yeah, right. Nikki, where do I find this boy?
All right, guys. Our next story is breastfeeding mother is hit with a $115 ticket for breastfeeding in Midtown.
Come on.
Guillermina Rodriguez, a mother of 4, found space to pull over after it took her about an hour to get from 42nd to 30th Street in Midtown Manhattan. She had a crying 3-week-old baby in the back seat. Even though I knew I was in a commercial area, I'm like, I'm not obstructing the traffic. Let me just stay there and I could breastfeed the baby there, Rodriguez said. She climbed into the back and began nursing. A few minutes later, a tow truck with the NYPD seal pulled up nearby my truck. So the agent went out, walked into her vehicle, and basically she got a $115 ticket. Oh my God, $115 ticket for idling in a commercial zone. What are your thoughts on breastfeeding in public? Have you ever? I mean, I guess you can't.
I know.
Only because of the celebrity factor.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I-
but I'm
I
all
don't have a
for
problem
it.
with it.
Yeah. I think anybody who has a problem with it should just fuck right off. You're feeding your child. And if you're stuck in traffic for an hour and a half and you have a 3-week-old who's obviously crying from hunger,
Yeah.
they hit her up for a $115 ticket for idling in a public area.
Expensive milk.
Like, come on. See,
Yeah.
sometimes I think police make the wrong moves. Like there's an opportunity there to create a relationship between the police and she's Latino, right?
Mm-hmm.
To eat with that
Guillermina?
Latino community by going, oh, you shouldn't be idling here on the highway, but I'm just gonna let you go, warn you. But to write a ticket.
But if the 405 is being held up because some lady's breastfeeding, I'm pissed.
But if she pulled off to the side of the road, how is she being held up?
No, I'm just kidding. I wouldn't care. 405 doesn't move anyway. But no, you're right. Cops suck sometimes. So.
All right, and our last
But-
story.
But we talked
sorry.
about. Did we not talk about breastfeeding last week too?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, what is going on with all these issues? Like, what's your take on this, babe?
On
What-
breastfeeding in public, I think you should be able to. I mean, it's so taboo to be able to have women's breasts out. Well, now there's that whole movement that some women feel like they should be able to, if they're anywhere and men have their shirts off, they should be able to have
And
their
they should.
tops off, right?
Well, we
Free-
started.
What is it? Free the boob or whatever?
We started
Free
that
the
in
nipple, yeah.
Toronto. We started that in Toronto.
Which is what?
And there are a few Toronto, my hometown.
No,
Toronto. Of,
I didn't say
of,
that.
of
Away from Canada.
Oh my God, what's that?
I didn't remember.
No, what?
I told you I was from
What
Canada.
is it that they started?
They
Sorry.
started that. They started it on that whole basis too. It was like, okay, we got to stop sexualizing women's breasts, and we should have the right to be able to, take our tops off too on a hot day. And there's just a couple of beaches that allowed women to take their tops off, and it became no big issue. Became no big deal
I think
after
that- yeah, it
after
would-
the
it would take a
first
while. It would take
couple
about
weeks of the
30,
looky
40
loos.
What if I took my top off right now?
I'd be happy.
Yeah, I would.
Dan, Nikki would look away.
Nikki
no,
would
I
run
love her. I don't
screaming
want to
from
see
the
her in
room.
this light.
They're perky.
Don't meet your idols.
They're
Don't
fake.
meet your idols.
Don't meet your.
All right, guys, our last story for this week is thinking of a Jumbotron proposal. Some say, others say yes. They say Jumbotron proposals have become as much of a part of baseball as the seventh inning stretch. Clearly not written by a baseball fan. So there is a woman, her name is Joanna Chan, who proposed to her girlfriend of 5 years, Julie Morris, who was employed at Hulu. The moment happened during the first period of a Calgary Flames game and was shown on the giant screen at the Scotiabank Saddle Dome.
Well, the girls are flaming.
Right, exactly. I mean, would you be flattered if somebody proposed to you on a public display like that on a Jumbotron? I would love it.
Where did you propose to her?
I proposed to her on a Christmas tree farm in Canada on the Christmas Eve.
Wow.
Oh.
That's my
Private.
birthday.
Christmas
Christmas
Yeah,
Eve.
Nikki's born
Oh.
Christmas
A
Eve.
Christmas
Is that
tree
good or
farm?
bad? It's always been good. You
My
didn't
mom-
feel like you lost a birthday to a holiday.
My mom told people bring 2 gifts or don't come.
Nice.
So, yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, I'd be so flattered if somebody proposed to me on a Jumbotron.
Really?
I would be flattered
Really?
if somebody proposed to me at Chick-fil-A. Like, beggars can't be choosers. But yeah, I feel like that's very flattering to have all those people. Do you think it's tacky?
I thought you just said Saki.
Well,
That too.
Chick-fil-A.
I'm like,
Chick-fil-A doesn't support gay people, so
I know, it's-
Yeah,
see
so that's kind of odd you'd want to get.
yeah.
Oh, it's so good.
Mm.
I'm an ordained minister, so if you ever do get proposed to, I can actually marry you.
No
anywhere you
way.
like, yeah.
Yeah,
Really?
I mean, just offering.
Me too, by the way. I swear.
Are you
Really?
you ordained too?
Yeah, because if you look up comedian attacked at wedding,
Oh my God!
Yeah,
Yeah,
I got
you have
attacked
to
at a
see this.
wedding.
What
I heard
happened?
about this.
they hired me to pretend I was going to marry a couple
Mhm.
and then roast everybody. But so they didn't tell me anything. So I started roasting the crowd, but then the brother of the wife got really mad because I was like, your highlights, sorry, your band broke up, or I called him like gay Bon Jovi or something. And the guy
Yeah.
ran at me and pushed me.
It
And then like, I
Took
was
a
like,
swing at it.
and then I was like, he left. I'm like, don't stop believing. Or something. And it was like,
It was really. You have to
Yeah.
see it.
Got, like, half a million
he had
hits
like
on it.
long feathered hair. He looked
Yeah.
like he just stepped out of like the Scorpions or something.
but as far as Jumbotron, I think it is a little tacky. It's just been done. It's just been done. Like I proposed on a Ferris wheel, and yeah.
Did you
That's
climb
never
it, like
done.
in the Notebook?
What?
Did you climb it?
No.
It only counts if you climbed it.
I just got on my knees, and I think the lady running it thought I was like eating my girlfriend out because I just went like down on her. She was like, what the fuck?
She stopped the wheel mid proposal. You
Yeah,
can't
yeah.
do that on the Ferris wheel.
That like same cop that arrested the girl for breastfeeding shut up. And it's like, yeah, but my friend actually got a cop to pull a girl over, and then like pretend to give her a ticket. Then he hopped out of the cop car and like was like proposed to. Like that was.
That's
like-
kind of cool.
She was like crying to get out of a ticket, and then he like, hey, you want to get married?
And then, what did it turn it around, or was she like,
Yeah,
"You
of course.
asshole"?
I was like,
the
what-
worst time.
I'm like, what's next? Like, you're gonna dress up as ISIS and get on a fucking airplane, and it has to be like a limit to this.
But
Well,
back
there
to-
is that woman that they were flying a plane and he had gone to pilot school. I don't know, whatever. And he pretended the plane was crashing and everything. And then he was actually proposing.
Oh my god!
Can you imagine?
So she was like, and then he's like, look up there. And it was like, will you marry me? And she's like, what? You did that on purpose? He's like, yeah. I don't
That's
think
so
that's funny.
fucked
Wow.
up. No, it's
That's-
horrible.
yeah.
That's off. Yeah.
I'd be like, oh my God,
I
my
wonder
heart.
how
What?
that relationship is.
It's like, let me change my underwear and then get back to you.
Yeah, right?
Let me just take the shit that's dripping down my thigh before I get back to you. It'll just be a second. Unfortunately, I had corn.
That's awful.
That's horrible.
I love a good poop joke.
That's
Yeah.
horrible. But I guess a jumbotron proposal is not tacky, depending on if you're into it. Like, obviously, like,
The two lesbians in Calgary.
yeah, obviously they're hockey fans, right? Obviously they're hockey fans. I bet they were wearing Calgary Flame shirts
Or flannel.
or flannel. Either one. It's same. It's the
Or strap-on
Canadian.
dildo.
They're wearing flannel, the Canadian tuxedo.
Right.
And so I guess you got to, if you're gonna propose to your lady, you got to know your audience and you got to think it out. Like, would she like?
Somebody said
a
I do it during
jumbotron
stage
proposal.
during a comedy show, and I'm like, no, that's all about me. I want to make it about her. You know, like my wife would not want that. I knew she wouldn't want
I
that.
feel like that's like a jumbotron, the same thing. Like you're making about
It's all about you.
But what if your
I don't
wife was
know.
a
how
fellow
everyone
comedian?
reacts.
What if she was a comedian as well?
Well,
You know what I'm saying? Because I'm trying to.
I feel like it should be somebody said she's having a good time. You know, like if you're normally when the girl's at a baseball game, and I know this is super sexist, but the man's having a better time than the girl is. You know, unless she's like a diehard fan, and yeah.
Well, that's what
Yep.
I'm saying. If they're
So,
a diehard
but if it's like
fan,
somewhere like where
then it
she's
might
having a
be-
good time, like let's say a wine something or you know something I don't know what girls like to do.
she's getting
and Tori
she's
got
getting,
this.
What do you think girls like to
she's
do?
getting vajazzled. She's
what-
getting vajazzled, and
Well,
you
my
propose.
wife like loves like a picnic or something or something
spa day.
spa day or something like if it's a concert, it's a
Good waxing.
concert that she
Honey,
likes.
will you marry me?
Yeah, in the middle of a waxing. As soon as they rip off the
And the ring stuck to it.
yeah.
Would you marry me?
Yeah, right. Like you're going down on her, and then all of a sudden the ring's on your tongue. You're like, "Ugh." It's just horrible.
Ugh,
That's-
that would be bad.
That'd be bad, right?
That's bad.
Yeah.
That's bad.
Cheesy.
Yeah. I
So-
don't know.
If you could put the ring on her dick, that would be impressive. But
Really, I think that'd be really small.
That'd be really
that
disappointing.
means a really big ring.
Or that,
Yeah,
I was
you're an
thinking the other
optimist.
way.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no means yes.
Glasses half full.
Right?
Yes,
See?
a really big ring. That's
yeah.
hilarious. My wife killed me when we were ring shopping
It's an engagement
because
bracelet.
we were going ring shopping for bands, you know,
Mm-hmm.
and my friend was fighting, so I was watching the fights on my phone. It was like my buddy.
Oh no.
Instead of picking out, well, I mean, whatever she picked out, I was gonna get.
So you just said yes to something really expensive.
It was like my band was like $400 something. Like her band, well, her ring, yeah, was a little more expensive. But I was like, this is my friend.
$450.
I'm like, losses stay on your record. I'm like, the weddings could be temporary, you know. Like I was trying to make her laugh, but she didn't find that. Our wedding was like, I don't know how. Do you guys have a big wedding?
No.
We didn't. No. We took off to Fiji.
Just
Really?
The two of
Just the
us.
two of us. Yeah.
That's cool.
It was
we
awesome.
both had a big first wedding. Second
some of
marriage
us.
for both of
Some
us.
of us bigger than others.
Yeah.
How big was your first wedding?
I don't remember how many. It was big, like 200 people, 250 people.
Yeah, that's big. I think I was 50 people.
Was it embarrassing to the people when you got divorced that came to your wedding?
It was hard because I felt guilty, like people that had just bought us wedding presents, and we were like, what do we do now? Like they spent money. That's what I felt guilty about.
Did you ever see anybody? I don't remember you running into anybody that was
Like
at your
parents,
wedding.
friends, and stuff. That was like, yeah.
Yeah. My wedding, like my wife didn't tell me that like because we paid for it, and she didn't tell me that like she was gonna collect the money, and so I'm like thinking no one got me a gift. So my whole wedding, I'm like everyone's like congrats, I love you. I'm like yeah, not that much.
Not
Like,
that much,
like,
yeah. We registered and everything.
the whole wedding, I'm like, all right, I guess it's not about the money. It's just about the the love of the, and then she told me, I'm like, oh, I wish you would have told me earlier. She's like,
Right, you
I
would have
did.
enjoyed your wedding.
Yeah, I would have actually had to. But then my stepmom gave my dad the finger at my wedding because we didn't. My dad's been married twice. We put like stepmom number 1.
Dad,
stepmom
I met.
number 2. Yeah. And then she's like, "What are we, Mormons?" You know, like it was a whole thing. Like, yeah. It was,
How did you do money wise on the wedding?
it covered what we spent.
Okay.
That's good.
You didn't make.
But no, I didn't make any money. But plus the registry, she got the registry, I got the cash. That was the deal.
Okay.
And then she reminds me that was a shitty deal, but it was her deal. She's like, I didn't even get any money from the wedding. I'm like, because you were putting shit on the registry that I never would have. I don't even know what this stuff was. Like my friends were buying me like on the registry, they were like, Adam didn't put one thing on this. Like they know me. They're like marble butter holder. Like
Right.
I didn't put any. I didn't put any. of this
What's
shit.
the Ashley? What's the China? Was it Ashley?
Oh,
Am I dating myself too? In the
I have no
it was
idea.
Ashley something. It was really
Ashley?
big. Yeah, I don't know what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
I thought-
China?
Yeah.
Wedding?
No, it was like China. It's really expensive. China.
but I have friends though that didn't get us gifts. By the way, like came to my wedding, didn't get me a gift. In the back of my head, I'm always like, you didn't get me a fucking like.
I've been that person though.
Did not get a
That
gift.
didn't get it. That
That
didn't
get
give
a
one.
gift. Yeah.
How do you not
I
get
Your
mean,
presence is the gift.
No, fuck that.
mean,
I have friends that
no.
think that too.
But did you know?
No,
did you
that's
know?
fucking
Like,
bullshit.
if we're gonna do like Miss Manners type of etiquette book, like you're technically not
Oh,
supposed to bring
fuck
the
Miss
gift.
Manners etiquette book.
You're not supposed to bring the gift to the wedding, and you actually have 1 year.
And no one
from
that
remembers.
remembers.
To give
Nobody
the gift.
remembers. Not one person remembered that because I told myself that too. Oh, maybe I'll have a year.
Yeah.
Have you ever sent anything?
If you don't get it out right then and there, you forget.
You're not,
Yeah,
you're
no,
not.
No, you're not.
Really? How do you not give someone a gift for the wedding?
I don't know.
And who? Who was it? Were we together?
Yeah. Ugh. It's not a funny story. I shouldn't tell it. No.
Oh,
No,
that's okay. You don't have to give someone a gift.
Was it Wolf
I've-
and Jess?
No. Oh God, we didn't get them one either.
Oh my gosh!
my
no.
God.
Oh, man.
They just had a baby. Oh.
Get him a baby gift. Get him a baby gift.
We did. We got the baby gift covered, but
Yeah.
we
With
didn't-
5 kids,
You guys
though,
gave me so many
it is
gifts. I don't
so
care.
hard.
I'm not mad at you for any kind of gifts. You guys saved me tens of thousands of dollars.
You're covered for your next marriage and next kid. So.
I mean, that's what we should just do from now on. We have so much stuff, and we've been through every age, like wedding. We have 5 kids. The oldest is 12. With Jack, we have a 20-year-old. Like we should just be like, come to our house and just take whatever you want.
yeah, well, that's what
He's
I did
like,
with Adam.
great.
That's
Yeah,
what
no,
I did
it
with
was the
Adam.
best.
Oh, and that's
Yeah.
good. We
I
should
loved
do
it.
that
I
instead of-
honestly, I felt so guilty though. Like when you gave me all that stuff, because
Why?
Because we met twice, and you're like giving me these like amazing gifts, and I'm like it was really really nice. It was.
Yeah,
I mean, you
but-
saved me a ton of money, and you saved me a ton of hassle because my kid wouldn't have been sleeping. The breastfeeding thing that the wife puts the thing on that like all this shit that I don't even know even existed. You guys totally hooked me up. So
Well, it was a pleasure, and yeah, we just met, but it was like this stuff is sitting here going to waste. I would
I
love
think
for
because you
someone
saw
to
how
use it.
shitty my apartment was. That's like my wife's philosophy.
Not
That-
even. No.
Dean was
no.
like, I'm gonna write this off on my taxes.
just make sure
Not
you
even.
pay it forward. That's
That's
always
right.
like the
Yeah.
thing, right? You're
Yeah.
always grateful.
That's what we're totally.
Yeah, but then
into,
I think I
paying
might
it
have another
forward.
kid
right, and then
because I'm like, do I give that myself away to somebody else? But what if we have another kid? Then I'm gonna want it back.
I thought you said give yourself away to someone else.
Yeah, I did say that.
You
but
did,
know what I
yeah,
meant.
you did say that.
You
Yeah.
How
know what I meant.
romantic.
You know what I meant.
Yeah.
So Tori, so we're wrapping almost at the end of our show. So I want to ask you, if you had to give some parenting advice, what do you think you would say to like a new mom?
I always say don't take anyone's advice because everyone that has had a kid, when they see a new mom, they offer you advice, and it's so stressful because at least with women, like you remember all of that. You pocket it away somewhere, and something's happening. You're like, oh, I remember that person said not to do this and to do this, and it's so stressful. And I feel like your instinct kicks in. Just listen to yourself. Definitely don't Google. Google will literally,
Drive you insane.
yeah.
And your husband
Anything.
insane.
Yeah, he used to get all freaked out. Oh, because I had, with the first baby, I had a best friend that had already had 3 kids. And she was like, do not stand in front of the microwave when you're pregnant.
Oh
like,
God, I
there's
remember
no
this,
proof
Jenny.
that anything, but she was like, it's not good for you. So I listened to her, and I wouldn't stand in front of the microwave, and it drove you nuts because you're like, there's no proof. And it's like, but what if?
But it's not even that. Like it's whenever I'd put something in the microwave,
Yeah, the food's done.
and you were there, you would run screaming from the. Ah! It's like what?
Better
What?
safe
For
than
first
sorry.
time
She's
mom,
like, you
yeah.
didn't tell me you were using the microwave.
Yeah,
I'm
pretty much,
sorry.
pretty much.
That's awesome.
True story.
That's funny.
So what did we learn today? Tell her before you make a hot pocket.
What? Yes, that's what we learned today. Tell your lady who's pregnant when you're going to use a microwave.
Right.
That's
Yeah.
deep, Nikki.
Thank you.
That's deep, Nikki.
I love Hot Pockets.
Hot
I'm
Pockets
not
are
gonna
good.
lie.
When did your kid stop crying when you hold it? Like, I'll hold my baby, and someone's like, "Oh, can I hold it?" And then she goes crazy.
I think I'm that person.
Yeah,
I asked to hold your baby every time. He's like, no, I've given up.
Do you
How
say
old?
no?
Yeah,
didn't say yes.
I mean, as soon as
Wait.
look, I'm trying to train her to not go crazy, so I'll give her to someone, and then she'll start crying, and
Yeah, I was surprised because I consider myself the baby master, and all babies go to me, and she would cry when she went to me, which is odd. What's
Yeah.
wrong
Made
with
me
her?
happy when
What's
that
wrong with her?
happened. Because he does. He's like, I'm the baby whisperer. I'm like, shut up. Babies do love him, though. Love him.
Hmm.
She likes her papa. She likes her daddy.
Hmm.
She does, and that's why.
So
we're
your
here.
kids didn't have that problem at all?
I don't
No,
know.
they were all good.
Like
they
going
were
to other
going
people?
to other people, yeah.
No, they would cry. They
No,
would totally
I don't
cry.
remember them. I remember them at age 2 and 3 of being shy.
Finn would not go to someone else.
Really?
No.
But then again, I forgot what I did yesterday, so you're probably right.
Finn, get in here.
I'm
Yeah,
taking
Finn was
her,
out here.
Tell us what you remember.
I'm taking her to mommy and me classes like 5 days a week, honestly. And then she's getting better with people.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
It starts to happen.
I gotta say, Adam, you're a great dad. You are a great daddy. A lot of hands-on time with her. I see you with her all the time. I see you at the Mommy and Me on Instagram and stuff like that.
That's funny.
And you're a good dad. You're a good guy. You're running from show to show.
Oh,
and
thanks, brother. You
You
too.
go to Long Beach, and then you're back here in LA, and you look exhausted all the time. You look like shit, but you're a great dad.
Thanks,
And
man.
I just want the world to know that.
Appreciate that.
Adam,
Thank
you're
you.
very sexy for 65.
Oh,
you look
thank
great.
you.
You are. You are. You look great for 65.
I used to babysit Dean in high school.
Well, I want to thank my beautiful wife, Tori Spelling, for being a guest on the show today. Did you have fun with us?
I had a great time.
Yeah, that's what we're after.
We had a
I
great time, too.
You guys are awesome, and I know there's been a lot of hard work putting this together, so congratulations to the three of you, and I think it's great, and you guys are all dynamic in your own way, and I love it. I heard Adam speak for the first time today,
Oh,
which
thank
is
you.
awesome. You never speak in front of me.
Well,
Yeah, you do. You get shy when
I
you're
mean,
at the
I
house.
see you on Instagram and I've YouTubed you. Like, I know you're very funny and you're a comedian, and it's just interesting
Well,
because
'cause
in
the first
person
thing-
you're very shy.
Well, because I met you and I was like, yeah, the wife. You go, the wife? You that what you call her? And then I was like,
because he said you were a comedian, so I was like, oh, I can bust his balls initially
no,
and
because,
like just like
no,
have
because
fun
then you're
with
like,
him,
kind
and
of
then
hold baby, and then the baby started crying, and you're like, I'm sorry. And I was like, this has been a complete disaster.
That was funny. Yeah,
so then
you did.
I felt,
you got a
I
little-
felt so, because you guys gave me so much nice things. I didn't want like the baby and me to disappoint you.
Oh
so
my
like,
gosh.
that's
He
kinda,
kept
That's so funny
apologizing. He's
because
like,
I
"Look, I'm
literally
so
was
sorry
like, he
about the
hates
baby."
me. Like,
No.
isn't that funny how we all like internalize different
Yeah.
things?
I just didn't want you to be like, why the fuck did we give him this stuff? You know, so like I was like going through that
he
in
was
my head.
he was really sensitive about. Oh my God, is she upset because the baby was there? I was like, no, God.
Oh my God, I love babies.
I didn't tell you
he's
the baby
like, and
was
the
coming
mother
over
thing when I
and-
I'm not like
referred to
that.
my wife as the wife, and she probably hates me, thinks I'm sexist. I was like, no, dude. Not at all.
Actually, I
was
have
about
my
to say
own bone
sexy.
to pick with you.
Really?
Just kidding. No, I'm
You're like,
teasing.
well, when I met you. Wait, how'd you guys meet?
At a glory hole. No.
Oh my God, they still have glory holes?
Adam stuck his
Daisy
face in
chain.
the glory hole.
There was like 10 Mexican strippers.
Yeah,
No, me and him used to work at the same. I used to hand out flyers in Times Square for 3 years for this this little woman named Gladys
Mhm.
at this place called Hamburger Harry's, where I would trick tourists into coming to my comedy
And
show
all the big stars
And-
started
and,
there.
like-
Jim Gaffigan,
and like
Jeff
tell
Ross.
them that like to the, like people from the Tonight Show and comedy, and then they come. It would be me and like my friends who were just on the street giving out flyers. And then years later, that woman contacted me and she's like, "There's this comic coming out to L.A. You gotta look out for him. His name is Nicky. Take him under your wing." So then he hit me up, and then I was like, I don't know what to do with this guy. Like I met him, nice guy, and he's like, "Hey, what can I do to help?" And he was so nice, and I'm like, you know what? The Dime needs a good gay host. Like this dude's funny. He's great. So I had him as our regular host. As a Dime
He's
Bar.
awesome. Nikki is awesome.
I'm like a more butch Ellen. That's what I bring to the time every.
I'm a brunette, Ellen.
Right, yeah.
All right.
Exactly.
And you are doing Carolyn's.
I'm headlining
When?
Caroline's October 29th. Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
And
brilliant.
also on April 30th, I'm opening for Daniel Francesi for the 15th anniversary of Mean Girls at the Comic Strip Live, actually,
Awesome.
in New York. So
That's
Fantastic,
awesome.
Nikki.
so
Our
fat.
little baby boy
That's
is
right.
leaving the nest.
Well, honestly, it
Maybe
was
you'll
an
find a daddy there.
maybe. I mean, just to clarify, I have a dad who I love very much. He's
But
gonna
like
kill
a
himself when he
daddy,
hears this.
like it's
Yeah.
a different thing.
It's
Right.
Everyone
in the
gets that,
inflection, yeah.
But you have
Right.
to say it that way.
Yeah,
Like
right.
daddy.
I
not
need
like
some tips on
daddy.
you on how to call somebody daddy.
I know. I probably say it inappropriately all the time because I'm like, daddy, like out in a store. People
Yeah.
are probably like, what?
It's part of my
And
internship.
people
We'll
are-
get there.
And people are probably like, "Oh, she probably still thinks he's alive." And like,
Oh,
it's-
the poor thing.
She's seeing visions.
Yeah, oh no.
Well, honestly, thank you so much for being here
Thank you,
today. We
guys.
had so much fun with you. And this is episode 2 of Daddy Issues.
Yeah, thank you, babe. Thanks for being on.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Everybody be good to each other out there, and please leave breastfeeding women alone. This is Daddy Issues. Peace out.
All right.